Last summer, around July of 2024, I made the decision to shut down Off the Beaten Path Learning, my business. I called it a hibernation, whatever that means, and as I started to tell learners and families and clients, both, who were working with me at the time, as well as clients that had worked with me in the past, I was just listening to them. I was telling them I'm really thinking about hibernating, and what I got back was confusion, disappointment. One mom of a learner said to me, "We don't need less of this, we need more," and that quote really stuck with me. So I kept going, and the business kept going. Off the Beaten Path is still off the beaten path, and this is what has happened since then. My name is Dominique. I am the founder of Off the Beaten Path Learning. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, awesome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be kind of a behind the scenes of what's been going on. So in 2020, this began, Off the Beaten Path began, and now we're still here, and it's 2025. And if we make it past 2025, will be a very big deal. Because I know most businesses don't. So the Founders Update. This is the first Founders Update. In September of 2024, there was a Founders Report, and now we're updating on that same report. What has changed? What is going on? Okay, the first thing that's going on is that we have kind of experienced a shift in who is coming around the bend to the Off the Beaten Path world. It used to be mostly learners, and originally this was catered to children and young adults only, ages 5 through 24. But now it's everybody, it's anybody. Anybody who wants to take ownership over their education, over their progress, over their confidence building is more than welcome to join us off the beaten path. So lately the shift that we've been seeing is that more founders and freelancers are getting a lot of use out of this. If you go to the Google reviews, there are currently 3 5-star Google reviews of Off the Beaten Path Learning, and they are all from founders and freelancers. And our work with parents and young people continues to thrive. Just this week, it's potential that I'm welcoming in the 27th learner, a homeschooler, or about to be homeschooler, and their mom. Very cool. So what are the highlights? Lots of highlights. Okay. YouTube rebrand has been very exciting, and the people who have helped with that have been absolutely amazing. I welcomed Leah Jenkins, who does branding and project management, and she worked with Off the Beaten Path just to make sure that we're really communicating appropriately, the best that we can. And then Ayel, thank you Ayel for being the coolest video editor that I could have possibly worked with. This video right here, right now that you are watching was edited by Mr. Ayel himself. If you would like to work with him, I will put his portfolio link in the description, as well as Leah's information. You can find her as well if you want branding support. They are both phenomenal. And I will say that we have gained almost 50% more subscribers in the last month. We're under 100 here. It is what it is, but we're really going slow. But in going slowly, we're also seeing some really interesting, cool growth. We used to have, I remember when there were 14 subscribers, and I was excited about that. And now there's 71, and I'm super thankful for everyone that's been a returning viewer. If you're a new viewer, subscribe, and keep the support coming and the engagement here, because this work is super impactful, and everything that anyone does to support it goes a long way. So I'm very grateful for that. Part of the rebrand was a new logo. So we also got a new logo, and it's a red mountain as opposed to the red apple. And actually what I did to design that was I took the apple and just stretched it to fill the frame of the mountain. And something that I want everyone to note about this mountain is that from left to right, it goes upward. So the idea here is that it's not an easy climb, And it's going to be a climb, right? Confidence, building power, building capacity. These things are not just overnight and that's it and you're good. No, it's a continuous mountain with no real top either. Like I would say that it's many mountains or it's a mountain to infinity. Another highlight has been the Choice Collective. So we've taken the one-on-one self-directed education and turned it into a group space. And so the Choice Collective is a space for different people to come together as a group. And I'm thinking of making it on a different platform. And so it's kind of in motion. There is one singular loyal member in the Choice Collective. Shout out to Jeff. And we both discussed, like, what if it's just us? Like, what if this group does not grow? And, he said, if it doesn't grow, that's fine. If it grows, that's fine. He said, I'm getting a lot out of this and we're doing good work and it's fun. So I ain't going nowhere. And I said the same thing. And I think I'm getting something out of it too. And I want it to develop. And so I'm just really grateful that the first member, the founding member, is so steadfast. Thank you, Jeff. Another highlight has been that we're now offering a package of a one-time coaching session. It's an intensive 3-hour coaching session, and it's better for some people that want to just launch, that want to just get that kick, that boost. In terms of the continued support for parents and young learners, we worked with a couple of different applicants that were like, one person was applying for their son to go into kindergarten, one person was applying for their son to go into middle school, and that has been kind of stressful, but also a lot of fun. Well, the kindergarten one really was stressful. I don't know why it's so damn hard to get into kindergarten. That's ridiculous. But whatever. I'm glad that I was there to support and that it was possible for us to get it, through in time for the deadline. The last highlight that I'll mention has been a ton of events. We've been doing events on events on events, and that I find is probably the greatest lever to our growth, which is really cool. One event that we did in January was with the Learning Planet Festival. So cool, and thank you so much to the Learning Planet Festival for hosting. We did it, and only one person came each time I did it, so shout out to those 2 people who came on those 2 different days. We had a great time talking about infinite growth, self-directed education for adults, and how, it's not just kids that are learning, everyone's learning all the time. Also doing an event locally in person, which is really exciting. The Brazilian Capoeira School in Queens has been generous enough to host Off the Beaten Path, to do a similar event about infinite growth for adults. Really excited about that. Sunday, March 2nd, we're hosting Off the Beaten Path is doing an online free event on around navigating expectations versus the reality of the situation, and that's for parents and educators. All are welcome, although there will be limited kind of seating, online seating, because I want to make sure that everyone is getting space to talk and share and listen. So I want it to be a not very big event, so make sure that you RSVP if there's time. I mean, it might be this video might come out after March 2nd, in which case, but catch us next time. Sign up for the newsletters, get in touch, because there are events down the road coming up, including May 6th, Tuesday, May 6th, the content creator community, which you can find on LinkedIn, hosted by Bakir. His community is hosting Off the Beaten Path to talk about content creating and being a content creator as a neurodivergent person, and how neurodivergence can actually help content creation, and that's an interesting combo. And it'll be Mental Health Awareness Month. So from the start, we've worked with 26 learners to this point, which is really cool, because the last time the founders report was out, it was 2020 or 21. So just in the last 6 months or so, we've had 5 or 6 new people, which is really cool. We've now been in 9 countries all around the world, so woo, international. 100% of learners still satisfied, which love that. Don't think it's gonna last forever. Love it for right now. And this is confidence building across all ages. We've worked with little tiny people and less tiny people, and adults, and 4 to 74. All sorts of ages, all sorts of backgrounds, all sorts of goals. Very cool stuff. In the Founders Update, I also include a couple of success stories from recently joined learners and clients. I worked with, as I mentioned, the middle school application, and that was a lot of fun because it was an audition tape, and the fifth grader who is soon to be a sixth grader, his audition tape, and this is like a family friend, his audition tape was on creating a mousetrap that does not hurt the mouse. So it just captures the mouse, and he made this like himself. He devised, it was like a couple of 2-liter bottles, and then like there were sticks and rubber bands and tape, and then it snapped, and then it didn't kill the mouse. Very exciting. Very exciting. He didn't want to hurt the mouse. He was very clear about that. He just wanted to trap it. So that was cool. We, put together the video, and we sent it out, and it was awesome. Another success story is currently we're working with a middle schooler in Florida who's a homeschooler, and he is hilarious, and I don't think maybe he does, but I don't know. I don't even know if he fully understands to the level that he's like funny. He's really funny. And we've been working on memes lately, and we're kind of shifting into the world of academia very slowly, because we want to make sure that he's getting a well-rounded education, and so we're figuring out like the pieces of how do we take his interests, his strengths, what he's good at, and make sure that we can get to the math and the science and this and the that. So I would say, in summary, we're not just growing, we're not just climbing, we're doing so with purpose. And it has been really lovely. It has been filled with joy. It has been sometimes scary, like I don't know, what's going to happen, uncertain, but it's just been a really full experience, and I'm really grateful. And I think the impact to the learners and the clients has been clear, and I'm grateful for that as well. And what's next? What's coming up as we continue to climb this red mountain? Well, if you're a founder, if you're a parent, if you're a freelancer, reach out. If this sounds like it could be for you, if it could support in your development, if it could support in getting you to a more confident place with your business, with your schooling, with your child's schooling or lack thereof, reach out. There will be a link to book a call in the description of this video.